Now we are going to talk about a very efficient leadership tool, I think, which is a fantastic tool in the right situations, not always. And it's called coaching. And I suppose you have heard about it. The name of this program is coaching as well. So, but I think it is maybe slightly different than what you think it is. In everyday conversations, when we talk about coaching, it's like being a sports coach, right? Which means being close on, giving instructions, giving advices, make sure you do the right things, and always improve. And that is also a part of being a leader. And it's a leadership tool, maybe composed of many different tools, but it's not really coaching. Coaching is almost the opposite. Instead of telling, instead of giving advice, instead of instructing, which we are so used to as leaders, because we have been trained for it the whole life. We've gone to school and universities, preparing to give the right answers to all questions. And our employees even expect us to give the answers to all the questions they have, because they think, well, that's why you are a leader. But coaching is not giving advices, even though hard it is helping them finding their own solution to their own challenges. Why? When you already know the answer. Well, it is because it's so engaging for them to prove that their own solution is right. It's the not invented here syndrome. Like when your mother tells you to do something as a child, you probably did the opposite, or at least you didn't want very much to do what your mother told you. You weren't very engaged to do that. And it's the same for grown-up people. The not invented here syndrome counts. And when you have come up with the idea yourself, you are eager to prove that you were right. And you also feel responsibility for that solution, since it was yours. And if you tell them what to do, it's your solution and your responsibility as a leader. Not everybody wants that responsibility, and then they don't want to be coached. But you need people that want to take responsibility. So you should make sure you hire people who want to be coached as well. Now, the easiest way of coaching is when someone comes to you for advice, that you actually ask them, what do you think? What is your idea? What do you suggest? And that makes them think. Doesn't take much time for you, but real coaching is a little bit more complicated, as we will see. So that takes a little bit more of attention, and it takes time as well. But it's so much more effective when you do it, because then they will implement what have been decided, what they have decided as well. And that is the big difference. When you tell someone to do it, they won't be that eager to do it, and maybe they won't even do it. But when they come up with the idea themselves, that is exactly what they want to prove right. It's a very old leadership tool. The first one to do it was actually Socrates. He always posed questions, helping his disciples to find the answers to the big questions in life themselves. So he was the first one to do this. Later on, we have somehow turned the back towards this way of leading and provided a lot of advices instead, or answers. And remember, coaching is the totally opposite of that. You should not give advices. You should help them to find their own way and to find the solution to their own challenges, to make sure they actually act on it as well. We'll talk a little bit in the next module about what prerequisites we need to have before we can coach, and how to do it and why we should do it.